Morning. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Uh, just thought I'd come on while I put my shoes and socks on. My socks and shoes. I think it goes in that order. And just as I'm getting dressed for my day and just talk to you guys. That's all. Good morning. Good morning. Mr. Brown Sugar. Good morning, servant. Good morning, Claudine. Good morning. Good morning. Well, I think that what I want to say is just going to be kept short and sweet. Short and sweet. Talking about the paperwork. Talking about everybody, few people that read the paperwork. Paperwork and paperwork and paperwork and paperwork. Right? And breaking down the sections, all of the different laws, and all of the case laws that went with the paperwork, all that stuff, right? And I remember a while back, saying you got to be careful with people on how they read the paperwork, right? Some will read it unbiased, some will read it biased, right? And you can detect the ones that reads paperwork bias. Okay. So with Papoose, I had to put on my lenses and you had to turn up the volume on my ear. Like to be able to detect, who is going to be unbiased in the situation without knowing a lot of details that brought the paperwork on, that brought this indictment on, right? So now you have Mr. Kelly out here, you know, doing his phone calls, doing his thing, asking people to help out, sending these letters in because this needs to be heard, right? And I'm okay with that. That's his life, that's his fight. And he has to choose how he wants to fight for his life, okay? But we can go all the way back to when a lot of the paperwork actually started and fell into quite a few people's hands out here. Most of them, in my opinion, was reading that paperwork to be up to no good. Most of them were reading that paperwork so that it can apply pressure to your membrane to believe that, oh my God, R. Kelly is guilty. That's how most of them was reading it. But what they were doing were actually breaking down, and I understand it, most of, the law. The racketeer law says do this, 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 this. The RICO law says do this, 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 this. But the main golden question out here is, does those laws that they apprehended R. Kelly on fit R. Kelly? I don't, most of the people that was I'm going to use most of the people, right? Most of the people that was reading this paperwork and telling you what the RICO was over and over and what racketeering was over and over and over. They probably asked themselves, well, I don't know, did this man really do, what fits this law? Right? Now we have R. Kelly out here telling you how it does not fit the law pertaining to him. It doesn't fit him. He's saying that this is not him, especially with New York. He goes into details on, what's the guy named? Sean Hollycomb on this show over here, right? He went into a little bit more further detailing about the phone call, right? On how the main witness in New York took that stand and perpetrated all type of scornful, female scornful behavior because she found out about Cookie, or he wasn't going to leave Cookie. Okay? Him not leaving Cookie caused witness number one to run up behind up in Trump Towers and destroy, along with the assistance of a couple of people. And you all know who those couple of people were. You know, Shabazz was there, a whole bunch of people. These people sat around and told you that that's real made up a man. We did not coerce her. She did all of this shit. Witness number, main witness for New York. Character, witness for New York. Oh, let me put my shoes on. And I'm sorry about moving around because I'm trying to kill two birds in one stone this morning. So everybody saw the old fight up at his in the Trump Towers and all that stuff. And at that point right there, it was obvious that something like this had sent that girl on a whirlpool. A lot of people did not know what it was until Jennifer Bunjean approached the situation with the motion and tried to get that situation heard through the courts about these damn emails. Nothing was done. So all of these people that chooses to, read the paperwork and all that stuff, they never give him credit for the attempt to process his due process. They didn't give a fuck. All they want to do is just keep pushing out here on what the prosecutors are charging him for, and what and why. And why this the why is why the prosecution did it. None of them, the main people that you guys know that was reading that paperwork, would ever try to sit and be fallible on the fact of why is all of this really happening. None of them can show you a repetitive pattern of Mr. Kelly doing X, Y, and Z. Only the people that was reading the paperwork. He did this, he did that, he did this, and everything that they were regurgitating was based off of shit from years ago. Simple-minded people followed the prosecution, reading that paperwork, helping their thesis stick, helping their charges stick. Good morning. I can't see none of y'all. I got to put my glasses on. I see some of y'all, but not everybody. But, yeah, so as I'm listening to more details of Mr. Kelly's story over on that one guy show, Holocom 5150, right? You can now clearly understand why these charges was brought on Mr. Kelly, why this young lady decided to perpetrate in this case. She clearly did not get what she wanted. And a woman scorn, not even a woman, because sometimes I get a little bit livid with it because what I'm looking at is a young girl, young ass girl, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, playing grown folks' goddamn games. She wanted to play life. And this is the type of lifestyle that she just could not handle. And what I mean by that is it was no surprise to her that Mr. Kelly had more than one. Joy Savage was around all that time, from what I was looking at. What I was looking at. And God be holy if that other side over there could have gotten to Joy and did what they did to witness number one as a real Clary to Joy, they'd have probably threw life at him, right? Because that's what they did, the manipulation and all of that stuff. So I sat and I kept saying, some toxic people. That's a toxic, that's a toxic, that's a toxic, that's a toxic one, that's a toxic one. Man, I wasn't lying. I wasn't lying. Everything that people do out here, it is done for specific reasons. You just have to really look and listen behind the lenses, behind the scope of things. What you see right out in front of you just doesn't stop right there. You gotta look past it. You gotta ask yourself the who, what, when, where's, and why's to come to a conclusion. Now, I sat and I watched a lot of paperwork reading and emphasize paperwork. And just because somebody can sit there and do diabolical arguments or this or that and stand their truth on what Section 107, Motion 22, and all that shit is. Yeah. You have to understand that's all that they had to offer. They couldn't offer you plain, insightful details about why these charges came and how Mr. Kelly was missing his due process. They were just going to argue with you about nope and this and they this and this is what the attorney's going to do and this is how they're going to say and this is this. Granted, all that stuff may have had a little merit to it. But the final question to Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly is, should this case, like they say out here, ever, ever had came about? Should this man have been charged in the first damn place? When it came to witness number one, and after finally hearing a little bit more details from Mr. Kelly, and this female witness, Azarel, the most that she should have done with this right here, with growing into maturity level of becoming a full-blown woman and wanting to be somebody's wife or whatever, or get out there in the industry and not be blackballed, she should have walked away. She should have walked away. She should have chopped this up. She could have continued on with just cussing R. Kelly out every day. Every day, if that was the way to get it off. But to sit up in this courtroom or to allow these authority people to say, look at this. He didn't love you anyway. He was about to leave you. Well, he was dating Cookie. Well, he had Rolanda. Or he had Missy. And all of a sudden, she mad because they kept feeding her that. They just kept feeding her that. That one particular phone call, see, I don't think that it came to much as a surprise to me, because once you know that life, you kind of know the ending of how this gonna turn out. You know, like burning up cars, busting out windows, putting a whole bunch of shit in the tub and setting it on fire. All that type of stuff, right? Scorn. She took hers to a whole different level of being a scorned woman. Yeah. On that phone call, that I know that one of the, that, who was that? That I think Drunken Larry played it one time too, right? To put pressure on that point of view, right? Bear and Mr. Kelly is on there saying, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Well, we can all now know that those letters or the emails or whatever was kind of pertaining to that because we saw that play out. We saw the fight up in the trunk play out. And she's just getting mad and mad. And at the time of that phone call, I believe that some BOP officers were standing right there with her, wasn't they? Or the FBI or the CIA or the ISE. One of them was standing there with her. Good morning. Good morning. Hey, Sue, I got my glasses on. Hey, Sue, I ain't see you. You know, so how easy now is it to perpetrate a freaking case, even coming from these federal authority people? It was so freaking easy now because they got her right where they want her, you know. We need you to do this, and to do this. And she's sitting up there, you know, just as trying to be as pretty as she can be and hold her composure, you know. Sitting up there, got to watch R. Kelly, figure out, you know, I know this may be wrong, but I got to do this because you didn't give me what I wanted. And somehow y'all laws was up there going, yes, you know, we got to do this all because of an alleged crazy ass email of learning that Mr. Kelly know a Cookie, or I'm finna be with Cookie, or all this stuff. She couldn't handle that. Not even at the age of 20, coming from a freaking millionaire. She didn't want to handle that. Now, whatever the case that Mr. Kelly may have been selling as real, at the end of the day, he is the person that gets to make the choice of whom I want to be with. You know. So, at some, you know, point, you know, I have to understand, you know, with Mr. Kelly, right? Granted, you done pissed this girl off. Granted, we get that. We get that. So, and they have used the most notorious weapon against you, which is a woman. Yeah, I don't want to come and do Pilates. These people be stalking me. I be trying to block them and come do some Pilates. But it's done. And I commend him for trying to reverse this. Because after I heard the rest of his details over there on that channel, I was like, oh, Lord, yeah, this is some scorn stuff. Now, where does he go from here? You know, we already know that this is something that Jennifer Bonjean is definitely involved in, and she's working on it. But for the public, it's like we're, you know, writing the letters, understandable, and all of that stuff. The only thing that discouraged me is because it's a needle in a haystack. It really is. I'm going to tell you why. Because you got that Me Too movement out there. So it's a needle in a haystack of someone being fair, of just, up in there to say, okay, you know what? We're about to fix this. You know, after they go do their due diligence, right? It's a needle in a haystack. They have subjectively always told us, you know, they'll tell, you know, your own fellowship of your kind, your own peers, they don't turn on their own fellowship. So I've been praying that chief of justice person who you got a right to and all that stuff can look to see, hey, I got to fix this. However, orders come down from everywhere, like from everywhere. So, and they, you say, just pray on it, touch the right heart, touch the right heart, touch the right heart. But then now you're talking about reversing up everything the Me Too has done. And that Me Too movement is humongous. It's just not stationary here. It's humongous. So, like, I'm sitting here going, this is one tough ass fight to do. This is one tough ass fight to do. Sitting in the chairs, sitting on the microphones, sitting in the cameras, and all that stuff. It's not going to cut it. And that's just my opinion about it. That's not going to cut it. This here on what Mr. Kelly is trying to do literally has to fall, with a lot of people sitting around that legislative board. A meeting has to be called from the public to demanding a meeting. A meeting has to be done. Like how those white folks do. Y'all know how the white folks do? Like what the Me Too did, right? On these harassment cases and stuff. They took that stuff around the board amongst people who have the rights to attempt to push certain bills through to pass. Like, for instance, Me Too went to the legislative board, right? And they pushed the fact on women, being harassed or sexually harassed in the workplace or in the prison systems and all of that stuff to be heard. And all of this stuff came about it got loudly spoken on behind who? That goddamn Epstein. Other than that, you really weren't hearing too much about it. It was like a case-to-case basis, here or there. And it was said at this board, something that I like because, the board is balanced out. It got men on it, right? So the one man comes and goes. Well, the one lady who is inside of this Me Too movement, and she wanted this bill to pass. It was something about, her being harassed or sexually a long time ago and some other people in the workplace, and nobody wanted to hear them. So she was definitely involved, right, on that board. And she was throwing out what she would like to be put in the bill to get passed for ladies that is sexually harassed, right? And they spoke a lot, which I kind of caught it, right? And I'm listening to this. At first, I'm thinking, oh, this is just about, this or that. And no, they were speaking about this industry. And I was like, wow, because I kept hearing it, but I had to sit back like, oh, how are y'all trying to push this with it? And it was about being in the industry with Epstein and Weinstein and, so on and so forth. Big old people up there, right? And so the one guy, he kind of opposed to it, right? Because what in fact would be the medium of sexual harassment? Is it because a relationship broke up? Like R. Kelly, for instance. Good morning, Priscilla Boo. I forgot to text you again, didn't I? Girl, this girl, Priscilla go get me, y'all. She is going, my mind, when I explained it to you, and I shouldn't even be on here, but Priscilla don't sometimes get my notifications, and I'd be like, I promise you I'm finna hit you, but I'm upstairs walking around in the kitchen, Priscilla, so the note ain't in front of me. So now you have to forgive me. You have to forgive me because I don't have the note in front of me. Let me start this griddle up because I'm about to throw me something on here before I leave. But um so I'm sitting here, I'm thinking, you know what? I like this man, right? Because here we are having a group of women who wants to define sexual harassment or sexual assault to the fullest. And this man made a good point, right? Because I'm like, well, you can't do that. Because you will have a workplace where a female may have had something happen to her somewhere else and come to work or whatever, and a man may stop and speak and say, you know what, good morning, Tanya. And because Tanya is so upset or something has happened to Tanya somewhere else with somebody else and she didn't want to do that person, or whatever, guess what? I'm going to go and file a sexual assault charge on you. So I was down, with the guy at this point, and if the woman would have had, some fallacies to her notes that on passing this particular bill that she was searching to get through, then I would have been like, well, okay, that's fair. But I did not see it because, one, I'm already in a position of being aware of this whole Me Too movement stuff, right? I'm already aware that they want predominantly 90% of women to start running this world. So you understand? So I'm already on my toes with that, and I'm listening real good, right? And I'm like, no, this is not what we gonna do. I am totally against all women running this damn world. I am against it. There is some things that, we are just not built for, no matter how much we try to portray that we are. That's a man shit right there. We don't even want to get up and take the garbage out because that's a man shit. That's a man job. But I'll do it because I don't need you. I don't even know who came up with that damn analogy. I don't need you. Who? I don't need you, but I want you. I gotta have some shit done around here. And so I'm sitting there. Actually, I think I'm going to play just a smidget of it for y'all so y'all can hear this one guy speaking on the bill that they are, that they push to pass on sexual assaulted alleged victims and, and things like that. I'm gonna attempt to play it when I get a little bit time right now. Time ain't on my side this week, y'all. It just ain't on my side. I gotta move it. I gotta keep it moving. Maybe when I get off early this week. But again, so I'm listening to, Mr. Kelly. So then I had to go back and jog my memory on people that was reading the paperwork. You understand what I'm saying? Like really reading it. Like was really into all of the laws in the section, and they're gonna do this and this is gonna happen. Well, they can't do this and this or that. But did they build this paperwork, which we all know you can look up a law and say, oh yeah, that does exist. But did they use these laws that we all, you know, go vote for, but we don't know we're voting for them? Like it's time to vote. Well, before you vote, did you know that Bill A passed, Bill B passed, Bill C, Bill D? Did you look all of these bills up that they were working on behind the scene and snuck up in there in the white man room? And Pat, did you look all of those up first? Huh? Did you sit down and talk about that if you like this bill or did you like that bill? Huh? Probably not, because voting is I think with the black culture, I think that voting has become an exciting thing to do because They released what? Slavery? Hey, we can vote now. Something that we always wanted to do. Us free now. Yeah, you free to vote, but your ass ain't free to know what's going on behind them damn tables back there or what they writing up and sliding through on your ass and locking you up on them. You ain't free for that. But they love to go vote, but they will not dig behind the scene to see what it was. Now, I know this to be true. You want to know how? Let me tell you how. You now have a Me Too slash, what's the other name of it? A organization that done slid out here and grew a huge. They're huge. They're everywhere. How in the hell did America allow some shit like that to happen and never seen this shit coming? That's all I want to know. Now, you can easily ask me that. And I will tell you that I am an individual person. I'm an individual. I know if they made these rules that it'll apply to me or it may, in a sense on paperwork. But in order for them to really apply to me, I have to be doing something detrimental out in the world to get caught up for them to stick it on me. And that ain't gonna happen. You understand? Especially like the shit that I'm seeing out here on YouTube. Like these people out here, y'all just won't the bill that they done passed that your ass don't know about to apply to your ass. Because y'all won't sit the fuck down. You're giving it to them. And you think that they're going to be on your side. That's what's crazy about it. However, here, near, or there. Oh, hold on. My steak sauce is cooking too fast. Let's get those turned down. Yeah, I really love this griddle part on here. I ain't going to lie. Look, I be on here like I'm at the restaurant. Look, 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 look. These are steak sausages, y'all. So I gotta turn my fire down, get a cook up. Sausages, sausages. I like saying sausages. Yeah. But I'm gonna turn that fire down so that side can cook a little slower. So, what time we got here? That's all I'm saying with that, right? Like, they're out here. And the crazy fact that your black Americans or America just sat still and watched this organization developed. There was no team that I can find within YouTube or anywhere that objected to this damn movement. Do you know how hard it's going to be to tear down something? Sorry, I had a phone call. Sorry. Yeah. Do you know how hard it is? I mean, like to really get up in there to say, you know what? No more. We want this gone. We can do our own individual, voting on, on some bills and stuff like that. Cause this organization here, oh, they came out here powerful as hell. I can't even lie. I ain't even know no shit like this existed. That's how much I disassociate myself from the world, if that makes sense. This is just how much I'm disassociated from. I ain't know no shit about no whole woman's group that protected such and such. I remember, I think with Obama was on and he would talk a little bit about it. I ain't know no stuff like this manifested. I really didn't. I was like, what in the hell is this? Who allowed a type of group like this? What was wrong with people that was assaulted, continuing on to use your police to file reports and stuff? And speaking of that, when they read the paperwork of Mr. Kelly, where are the police reports? Why did these people, other than, I'm not talking about 20 years ago either. I know, right? He went out to pee. He went out to pee. Capone, You better not be liking Teddy more than you like me. It's gonna be a problem. A problem, a problem. That's my boy. That's my boy. So it's just it's crazy. It's spiteful, and the reason that they give us is because they did not have a voice. Well, before you can, in my opinion, establish this enormous organization that they do have, then that means that they needed to start it within, right? They needed to start putting the whip to the police stations or officers and the prison wardens and all of this stuff. Those are the people that you start to reprimand if you have someone that has reached out and file reports or this or that, and nothing happened behind it. You don't build a group to, um, you know, well, I guess, I mean, build your group. I guess it's kind of hard to formulate that, right? Some people do need help, speaking up or whatever they do, right? And I understand that, but somewhere, I don't think that an organization like this should have blossomed to the level that they are, to where if a woman, female, takes a stand against you, that everything that that female says is right. That's the part that is hard. That's the hard part about the situation, because right now they're gonna push that, and fight that the female is right, like what everybody's seen in the Weinstein case, right? And Epstein, right? They all came forward because they was gagged for speaking out, or they had NDLs, they got these damn non-disclosures they had to sign. Mind you, that's on the table too. Oh, they're getting ready to pass this. That's exactly what the show was about, y'all. So I gotta show that. And this is backing behind the Me Too girls, the Me Too movement, right? They want to ban all NDAs. They don't want them. Yeah, they can't. Business people, industry people are so-called going to be banned for having NDAs. That's some crazy, right? So now they won't be able to protect, this or that or whatever. Now, Mr. Kelly, to my understanding, had some NDAs. This is what they were screaming. We had to sign NDAs and NDAs. And to my understanding, a lot of it was based on the fact of, because you're up in his home, he doesn't want you to discuss things that may have been said or done on the inside of his home, things like that, right? To that nature. Or you may come across and hear something about his business and stuff like that. So every business person has to find some type of way to, right? So you say the problem also is that they're taking away. Yeah, that's true. That's true. So seems like they only applied the Me Too movement to Robert's situation and a little bit of Weinstein. Well, in this case, I agree with you 80%. There's the other 20% where, I was watching the other one. What's his name? That one warden that they took down. That was all over the news. And they were up in the prison, sexually assaulting, allegedly a lot of females in there, and then put them on gag if they would try to speak out, or if they would submit a request for investigation or something. Then they were the ones punished. So when it comes to something like that, and like this is, it's just so damn sticky, is what I'm saying, Capone, because at some levels you kind of do need something like that to help those type of women in that type of situation, right? But at the same time, do they use their organization because every female is running to them without a thorough investigation? And oh yeah, oh baby, it was. I'm trying to think of his name, Colden or something like that. He was all over the news. It was the war, and it was oh, and it was terrible. And the thing with him, right, like they literally had like this warden was sending, his private area. He was taking pictures of it. It was terrible, right? But either way, they got him and they took him down, right? But the women had a hard time getting the information out because what they would do was would if they would try to attempt to write a letter or speak out or whatever, they was putting them in the um, um, what you call that damn thing, the holding cell, yeah, down there, right? So thinking that that would force them to change their mind about talking or whatever, but eventually it had got out. So, um, but in this case with Mr. Kelly and his story, right? His story is pretty much solely speaking about him having his life the way he had it, um, having more than one girlfriend, and at the time that we seen all of this indictment stuff going on, I think that the people like me, I only had to learn about at that time of 19, the joy in the Azrael, right? So in my mind, I'm thinking it's, 219, 220 to this. Well, and these girls are sticking by his side. They're on TV. They flashy. They doing this. They doing that. So in my mind, I'm like, the hell, he got two girlfriends, living his best life, and they look healthy. They look fine. They all right. So with that first perception that I received, I was, it's like, oh, okay. But now that the next scene comes out with Azrael in the whole, at the Trump, tearing up this, doing that, cussing this out, fighting this person, and then this is how, and now I'm sitting back here like, what the hell just happened? And then that phone call that dropped, I'm like, oh, this all makes sense. As far as the Illinois case, right, going federal, I was sitting back. I didn't want to hear this, boo. I did not want to hear it. I didn't want to hear this shit. How long ago was this? And now in 2019, I don't see Rashonda walking alongside Azrael and Joy. Where she come from? What the hell? Why is she back? That's what I was over here like. Why is she back? Why is the federal using her? She already been to court. What is this? Oh, we get to do this type of shit? What bill and who sat on this bill at a table that said that this is what we gonna do? Who wrote that shit up? Because I would have sat there and opposed it. I'm not lying. Some things is just not supposed to be. Like, he's like, what? Oh, no. Oh, we're not supposed to do this. You've been hurt. That's over with. You got money. You did this. What? Nah, we ain't about to do this. But, anyways, we're talking about this whole New York thing and how hard people would read that paperwork on R. Kelly to influence, not only the paperwork and making it have some type of stance that R. Kelly should be found guilty based off of the statutes and the motions from the prosecution, and he did this and he did that, right? Now knowing that there was a whole story behind why this racketeering case came about. Is that fair? Is everything that Azrael perpetrated on that stand against that man, had she not been angry with him due to a freaking cookie, would she have came forth and said all of these things about him, that I'm pretty sure 90% of it is some BS now. And I'm sorry. But in the court of law, as these people pushes this paperwork, this is all that matters. This is all that counts in the courtroom. Why is it in the courtroom? That's the question. Why is this shit in the courtroom? Over some scorn ass girl who what? Didn't want to break up? Who what? Didn't want to lose 10,000 a month? Who? This type of shit. What caused this paperwork? A scorn ass girl. And like I say, I get it. You're going to be hearing, oh, it's in the paperwork. It's in the paperwork. If it's in the paperwork, it's in the paperwork. You can put anything in a goddamn paperwork and have all of your whatever, what do you call it? Not falsified. I want to say janky ass details to it, and then bring up somebody's past history into the current situation. Of course, in the eyes of the people, it's gonna look like, oh yeah, as everybody was saying, they got him, but they got him on what? On what basis? They got him on what basis? They got him on the basis of old ass shit that he done already been to court for, had a trial on, and then they got him on some scorn ass women who has fraudulently made up a whole bunch of shit for a story to align together to brainwash all of these people out here. So I ask again, where does the law apply to R. Kelly? Where does it apply to him? Because none of it did. None of it did. The way they was reading this shit out here, I was like, well, damn. Well, damn. Okay. Well, damn. So that is part of literally what made me look above and beyond, like, oh no, And you'll hear people say, I'm not for him and I'm not against him. And those are the people that, were only out here, in my opinion, my fair opinion, just to prove to you people on how well I can do some paperwork. And then to follow up behind it, that, gets into debates with numerous of people to prove to you that that I'm this professor, or I'm this student, or, all of those things. Like, okay, but who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck? So I pay, attention to people that will definitely read it, being biased. Like, never sitting down to say, oh, well, wait a minute. Well, yeah, I can see why they stick this here, boy. They sure use Azrael to make this law, this one right here, stick. But I don't think that this applied to R. Kelly. I don't think that this one applied to R. Kelly. I don't think a goddamn Rico applied to R. Kelly. Like Bungie said, where was the drugs? Huh? Where was the drugs? Where was the prostitution at? Where was all of this shit at? It was crazy. My sausages are done. My sausages are done. My sausages are done. My sausages are done. Hey, Miss Brown Sugar. Miss Brown Sugar. Miss Brown Sugar. Wait a minute. Let me take my sausages out. So, back to the whole email thing, right? Oh, them steak sausages look good, y'all. I'm going to put me some A1 sauce on them and have me A1 sausage sandwich. Miss Brown Sugar, look, girl, I made me some string beans because I got to get my healthy in. I gotta get my healthy in. And I gotta clean my grill before I go. Look at girl. Ooh, saute. Saute, girl. Saute, boo. They, I know I'm silly, girl. You know I'm silly. Get silly. Get silly. Get silly. So, you know, again, shout out to Mr. Kelly for making his noise, which would which with whichever way he chooses to see fit, you know. So this Holocom 5150, you know, Sharon Winbush is also behind that too. She's doing her due diligence for R. Kelly. You know, and at some point it is what the fuck it is. You understand? And you ain't got to sleep with these people or go home, and these people don't pay no damn bills. Whatever. You know, whatever. You girl, I'll be you. You know I'll blast me some. Mm-hmm. In a minute. In a minute. I know y'all hate. Y'all really hate with people not on that camera. I'll be like, get on the camera, girl. Get on the camera, girl. Cause I hate not being on that. And yeah, I hate not being on that. So, but how y'all doing today? How y'all doing today? How y'all doing? I ain't even gonna add it. Look, I got parts, y'all. I got parts. Y'all better get out. Y'all better get out of my room. I got parts in my head. I got parts. And I walk with a limp. And I walk with a limp. Y'all better get out. Get out. I walk with a limp. I walk with that limp. Yep. Y'all will see. See, I walk with that limp. I walk with that limp. I walk with the limp. Let me see your legs shaking. Let me see your legs shaking. I walk with a limp. She walks with a limp. She walks with a limp. I don't know why I'm always happy, y'all. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know why I'm happy. Why? Somebody tell me. Why in the hell are you always up with this goddamn type of energy and happy? Why? Only crazy people like that. Crazy people. People that's crazy. Good morning, Kim. Good morning, girl. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know why I'm happy, y'all. I ain't rich, but I'm happy. Yes, joy comes from within. And I be full of it, baby. Full it, full it, full it. Yep. Okay, got that put out. But that's all I'm saying, you guys, that, you know, if the world doesn't see, you say 20, get her cookies. I'm working on it. I'm a little slow with it, okay? We getting there. A Tweety. Wait a minute. Did Tweety get her cookies? Yes. I had to think. Yeah, she got her cookies. Yeah. She got her cookies. Girl, you had to make me have to think about that stuff. I'm working on it. Listen, you ain't the boss of me. I'm working on it. I'm getting the goddamn cookies. She say she. You is silly. She say shit. I like that, sister. I like that. Okay, give me a second. I gotta find me a bowl to take to work, y'all. Jesus Christ, Dakota be throwing them everywhere. 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 Okay. Oh. Listen, I'm worse than cold. I'm about to throw it in. Ah, shit. Not today. I try to stay organized under here. Damn it. Damn it. But, that's all I'm saying, I get, the people read the paperwork. A lot of people read the paperwork just to try to show you that, their argument is that they know and can interpret and articulate the sections and the motions and discoveries and the transcripts. But was reading the paperwork, in my opinion, and as a question, to be biased or unbiased, to be persuasive, to the company that you keep, you know, well, you're reading that paperwork to put a defense out here for R. Kelly. Huh? That's all I'm asking. You said, no, I have not seen the... Oh, he did. He rebutted back to Corey Hollycobb. Huh? Well, since I was on the Corey Hollycobb page, I decided to indulge myself in a few more of his... since you asked me about it, and I'm going to be openly honest, right? I had to go through his page, right? Rip, 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 and I'm scrolling. I don't know if it was me or if it was, I don't know, but I didn't see anything else on his page about R. Kelly. Did you guys see anything? Because I must have missed it. And yeah, did y'all see anything, like anything prior, like to his arrest? Is there anything on there from 2019? Is there anything on there speaking about Hollycomb? Not Holly Cobb, not Holocaust. Hollycomb. Honeycomb. Like the honeycomb tree, right? Honeycomb, holly. I like him. I like that he's straightforward and to the point. I do. So what's going on, 312? I do. I do. But the only thing that kind of, turns just a little bit, and I'm glad that Mr. Kelly is reaching out, or Sharon Winbush has positioned him to call certain people or several people, however you want to put it, right? And that's always a plus, so that he can finally be heard. But I still always have that, that little itch, that little squirm in me, like Mr. Kelly has been locked up since 2019. And I scrolled through his page. I scroll. I couldn't find not another talk time about Mr. Kelly on there. So then I was asking myself, oh, well, maybe he didn't know that R. Kelly was locked up. Maybe he didn't know. I don't know. Maybe he did. I don't know. Or maybe that they are a lot of people in the industry. I don't know. Maybe they're waiting on a specific time to come out and verbally support him. Maybe it's that. You say, soon as he, you know what, Kim? Because I heard it. I did hear it, right? But, like I said, I searched. And what am I searching for? Let's ask Pat that. What do you be searching for? Well, I search for people that has been in the midst of already supporting him. I search for those people. I just, my gut or something, the spirit, I don't know what it is, that it took this, it took this right here. Out of all of these people, and I'm talking about under this umbrella over here, that has been making so much noise and the arguing and stuff, right, is It gets over to these people with the bigger channels, right? And it just, I don't know. Sometimes it just seems weird to me. And I'm gonna, we'll see where it goes. Let me ask y'all a question. Has, do y'all think that Storm Monroe and Natasha is still pushing a lot of stuff? Do y'all think that they are still pushing stuff? What do y'all think? I don't know. Sometimes I have to just decide for myself if this is just a story for those people, or is this a movement that they are going to create. What about the Dre guy? So I try to decipher that for myself, not for other people. I'm like, well, we'll see what they're gonna do with it, because if this is the big people that is being pushed out in the forefront, and they have all of the power and the authority to reach and reach and reach and reach, and then something finally happens out here, well, then not only do they open the door for Mr. Kelly, they will open the door for minions like us to say, you know what, we can go ahead and get behind him and push it and make it bigger. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm waiting on that. I'm waiting on that. I have to be honest with you. I'm waiting on all of these big people who has now grasped hold of what caused Mr. Kelly's racketeering for New York. Now I want to see what are these big people with the 200 subscribers and this or that are going to do. Open, since they got the power, they have the voices, they have the avenues, open up the door to give people like us, you know, a lane to come out there now to start the movement. Let's go. Because they got the voices, right? Where are they? You done had the Natasha show. Okay, when you gonna get us out there? You done reached hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people. Let's get it moving. Storm Monroe, where you at? Looking out the window. Nope, don't see them coming yet. I don't see them. I wait for stuff like that. At least I try. I try to wait for stuff like that to happen. At least. So right now, it's all about, I guess, voices. Let's reach them and do the letters and stuff like that, I guess. I don't know. So, but at the same time, I still pray that Mr. Kelly answers his that there is a solution. I do. I pray every day that what he searched for, that there's a solution, for him. And so that's just how I feel about it. One thing that I know that I am mindful about is when these big bloggers have their shows about the information that Mr. Kelly is putting out here in the airwaves. I am very mindful about how many people was against him. And I'm hoping that it can convince them that now is a time, if you choose to stand up and say no more to your justice system based off of your voting rights, of putting certain bills into play without you even knowing that they were there. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, oh, we voted you in, and this is what you doing. This is what you guys are continuing to do. And all the time we're out here as Americans thinking that they're cleaning stuff up to fit, to fit our culture, or, maybe anybody's culture. I don't know. Maybe it's that, but yeah, weird. It will work. So hopefully, hopefully, it will work. And hopefully. Let me see what y'all say. But that was pretty much all I wanted to say, guys. That was pretty much all I really wanted to say is I never liked the way that they read the paperwork ever. I never ever liked it. And I get it. People got to prove how well they can read and break down sections and things like that. But sometimes when we're reading things, I always ask myself, well, what's the purpose what was the purpose for having this if you have a stance of being biased about it? You know what I'm saying? Well, this does apply, or this, this and this and this and this and this and that. And I was like, no. Read the paperwork if you for R. Kelly and break down what does not apply to him. Oh, girl, I need to take it down, Priscilla. But it's still holding up, girl. I put that little spray. I'll be talking about my parts now, because I got some parts, girl. Look at that. I got some parts, girls. Get the parts in here. You got the parts. Your hair is got those railroad tracks in them, girl. That's against the law. Hey, Priscilla, it's against the law to have parts in your hair, girl. I'm about to do 30, honey. 30. Every part. 30 years. 3, 6, 9, 10, 50. I'm about to do some time for these parts, girl, because they done killed people around here. These parts in my head is dangerous. They are dangerous. Oh, shit. I ain't never seen many people freak out. I ain't never seen no shit like this where I'm around a bunch of people that is drastically ill over my hair. I cannot understand that shit. To be honest with y'all, since we offer the R. Kelly stuff, a shout out to R. Kelly. And I pray and hope that, Jennifer Bungie come through. When you walk through, Jennifer Bungie gonna be walking in there like, when I walk through. It is what it is, There's a lot of merits for her. Lots of merits for her appel argument. There's lots. There's a whole lot of, And one thing that I do, like I said, I really like about Bungie. Bungie don't tell no more than what she needs, what she needs to tell. And I love that shit about her. Leave a motherfucker wondering what she gonna do. Out of all the time she's been telling, it's been said, it's in her biography, that most of her work is in the appellate court. Most of her work. Yeah. You didn't see her pretty much on these cameras. Well, you don't see her, I guess I should say. You don't see her on the camera telling people her game plan. What you see is her actions on her pre trial effects. Oh well, this is where we are. Shit like that. That's what they saw. Now they gonna have to sit back and watch her get down in the appellate court, where she apparently, according to her record, I think she like 10-0. I'm just hypothetically speaking on that now. I don't know that to be sure. Where she really does her most work at. Alright, had to clean the griddle off. I'm loving this griddle thing, y'all. Y'all should have seen me Put my egg on there and all this stuff. I was like, okay, all right, this gonna work. This gonna work. And it ain't gonna turn me into no all the way cooking gal, cause I really don't do that much cooking like that. But y'all can ask Sarah that. Ask Sarah how much cooking. Sarah, how many times you come here in that stove spot clean? Sarah, how many times you come in here and ain't nothing smelling? mm. You say, and that I support him, but baffles me every time you don't support someone but bash them in public. Yeah, that's true. What did I think about the Bookham show last night? I think that Bookham flashed them got darn envelope too damn fast. I couldn't get a screenshot. Now, here we go, because you asked me for my opinion. We gonna do this to be opinion. How much time I got? Oh my, let me see what time it is. Oh, it's 10 o'clock. Okay, I got about 20 minutes with y'all, right? Now, since you asked me about that, this is my opinion. Disclaimer 250. Whatever I say after I say it, I don't give a fuck. that's a disclaimer. I don't give a fuck what I say once I click off after this, okay? But here we go, girl. So, to my understanding, there was some paperwork or something put up. Yeah, you do the cooking when you come. There was some paperwork put up. And I believe, to my understanding, that Trent triggered this paperwork, right? And the paperwork had every bit of saying something about evictions or some shit, right? He was going, how many times he's been evicted, right? So I tried to read a little bit off of Trent, and then I clicked off of that because he went all off into some other stuff that I wasn't interested in. So I'm like, oh, damn, Bookham. Yeah, I got to go in about 20 minutes. I'm like, oh, damn. You done had evictions on this and this and this and this and this. And then there was one on there that said pending, right? And it was dated February 2023. Now, I don't think that, Trent would sit there and doctor up this whole paperwork like this because it had a seal on it. He showed it first on his live. See, that's what, correct me, because I took a 24-hour break. I took a 24-hour. I had to shut like, oh, shit. It's exhausting around this bitch when you roasting on a fish. That shit could be exhausting, y'all. You got to rest up. That bitch be pulling all my goddamn energy. I ain't gonna lie. I be like, bitch, I'm motherfucking tired fucking with you. So I had to take a 24-hour break time. But I'm back, bitch. I'm back, bitch. I'm back, bitch. A lot of people don't understand how somebody this age, acts the way she does. They don't like that shit, right? I'm gonna give me some of these too, y'all. See that fishy? You mean fishy? I'm gonna give me some of those in the bag. So he told on himself. Well, okay, so when I finally decided to click on him for a few minutes, because I wasn't feeling, I'm doing my 24-hour fasting of the YouTube, right? I saw him put up money order, right? Or alleged money order. I don't know what it was. He flashed it too fast, so I couldn't get it, right? And he goes, see, I have the money orders right here. 1,000, right? And I'm like, but that's kind of weird. Like, this was back in February 2023, which is a couple of weeks ago. 1, 2, 3, almost 5 weeks ago. So I guess he had a deadline to take the payment on whatever it is he had to do to save his apartment, I guess. Because this is about his apartment, right, Kim? He blamed Sylvia. He blamed Sylvia for not paying his rent. Yeah, I got to get to the grocery store and get me some or order me some. So right now, since I went to Sam's Club, I just kind of grabbed me some of these. As you can see, I like red candy. everybody. I like chewy candy. You know, I don't like too much hard candy. I like a lot of chewy stuff. So, and I'm saying to myself, but the focal point of this, out of everything that he was saying, right? How he got money, how this don't happen to him, how he didn't do this and he didn't do that. Well, something had to happen in order for him to be sitting up there bragging on the fact that now all of a sudden you got money orders for a debt or something that needs to save your ass. If you have money and a situation you know is about to occur, you don't sit on the money to brag that you got motherfucking money. Uh-uh. You brag on the fact that you paid all your shit and I'm broke. Brag on that shit. I got a goddamn dollar in my pocket, but I'm paying all my shit. They ain't coming for my shit. But he does the opposite. He brags on the fact that he's got a whole lot of money. You don't have a lot of money and have these type of debts that appear like this. Then all of a sudden you got the money. You hit Costco, yeah. Oh, you say, let me know when you back in the shower. You got where you take? Are you taking me to some get some steak? You know I like steak. Well, good news for you, 312. My mom is a little too ill, so I've been back and forth quite a bit. But I sneak in and out. I drive down North Avenue. I'm always up in the North Avenue area because I creep. I sneak and I creep. I sneak and I creep, girl. I sneak and I creep. I be on some sneak creep type of shit, girl. Sneaky creepy. And baby, I don't know what it is, and I got to break my habit though, 312. I got to break my habit of eating at White Castles. For some reason, I do not leave out of Chicago without getting me a White Castle. I make it a habit. So since I was out there that way from leaving, helping my mom this past weekend, right? I had stopped at Sam's Club and then I went over to Ross. I don't like Ross. I was like, okay, this store here for baby stuff, it's okay. It's okay. And for houseware stuff, I mean house materials or stuff like that, I'm like, okay, it's okay for that. But baby, I was like, this store, and I had never been in the store, so my sister used to talk about it, and I was like, well, maybe I'll check the store. I went up in there. I was like, so I got Emmy 2 blankets. I got Keandre. He liked the little motorized light up cars. You know, he likes chasing those, and that was pretty much that with that. So, yeah, he got 2 black cars. You can't have no debt like that. Yeah, it's a no for me, Kim. Except for, like I said, if I want to grab a rug or something, or or a shower bar, or stuff like that, then I was okay with it. I really was. I'm okay with it. But other than that, to shop around, no, not at all. Okay, all right. I'm gonna take it back with me. I got you. I love White Castles, but I got to start doing. Thank you, sugar, mama. I will talk to you soon. You in Ross right now? What in the hell? What in the hell? I can say it's okay, but it's not. I think instead of Ross, I would, if I'm out just looking for something that I really want to buy. I think I usually would hit up TJ Maxx, or Burlington is off. Burlington is done. I can't the Burlingtons up here garbage. Garbage. They used to be okay, especially, you can identify some of the stuff that people wear knowing that it's a knockoff. Quit playing. But anyways, it works. So whatever. Them little burgers would have you your whole butt crack. No, not true. Not true at all because you have to not put the onions on there. It's in the onions. If you have a White Castle burger and you eliminate the onions, you will not have that problem. You will not have that problem. So, not at all. Well, I'm getting ready to head out, y'all, and go and have me a good goddamn day. And I want you guys to have a good goddamn day. Shout out to Mr. Kelly, free R. Kelly, and I still, respect, read the paperwork, read it all. Read it all because that's what people professions are. Read the paperwork. Get the paperwork right. In my opinion, you can't get the goddamn paperwork right because the details of it ain't right. It ain't right. It ain't right. It's all goddamn gone wrong. The details does not fit the actions of the paperwork. The laws in that paperwork. It does not fit our Kelly. Don't fit them. Don't fit them. You need to question the goddamn law. You need to be questioning why the hell did they put this on this man. You need to be questioning all of that. And I know in reality, it don't matter. They gonna say they got him. So he has to prove himself innocent, which is what he's working on, including Jennifer Bonjean. So, shout out to Mr. Kelly. Keep reaching out, reach beyond, go above and beyond to whoever his choice is by via word of mouth through Sharon Winbush. It is what it is. Yeah, y'all like those emojis up in the chat room. Put it up. I gotta go. I gotta go. I'm not gonna be late for y'all. And I gotta. No, never mind. I won't even introduce that right now. I will talk to y'all later. 312. I'll holler at you later because I'm in and out, like even through the week. People just don't know. I slide through, slide back out. 2 hours, almost 2 hours of a drive. But my mom right now, I cannot convince her to pack up. I need her here, because I'm working. I need her here, closer to me, but I'm having a difficult time getting her to pack up and put this home on the market. Let's go. Is getting towards that time, right? So y'all pray that what I'm working on will manifest with my mom. I need her here to take care of her a little bit better. It's hard for me to do here and she's there, but I make it happen. However, sometimes it takes a toll on you. I'm not 20 something years old. My other siblings are farther away than I am. I am the closest, No, yeah, I'll leave that right there. Um, I am the closest, but there's some days where I'm tired. I'm tired, but I got to keep on going because now this is my mom that we're talking about. So it may be some days I might leave work early. I got to shoot down here. I might be, so I don't know. And it's something that they say that we never prepare for, but I stay prepared. I know that my mother every year is getting older. I know she's going to need more help. So as I see my mom life going on, I have to prepare myself to make those changes to be prepared for, whatever, and hopefully we're looking at another 30 or 50 years with my mom. I don't know, but I'm always prepared for it. So, and that's what I've been doing, you understand? So she seems to be in good, health, but she'll have her days, like everybody else. She'll have her days. I got to go look at it, Bree. I'm going to go and look at it. Tim Savage is on. No, he's got a YouTube channel, so I'm gonna check that out, Bree, and then I'll come back with my thoughts and views on that show as well. I did see some titles of Texas Black Diamond introducing the trial of Don Russell going on right now, and to my surprise, of all of the people that is actually trying to be involved in a lawsuit against that. I was like, what? But I don't know, to see Drea ex Kelly brother in a lawsuit, like for what? Hasn't wasn't he gone for like 50 years? Like where he come from? So he did his part in the Lifetime docuseries. And that brought leverage for him to have a lawsuit. So I really, oh my God, like here we go again with some more paperwork, with some more reading, with some more dissecting, and trying to understand, well, how the hell these people come from and being involved in a lawsuit. I thought it was just Faith Rogers. You know what I'm saying? Or is it, were these people up at the Lifetime filming? All of these people. So it's a lot that I got to go and dig back up on that. Y'all have a good goddamn darn day. This stuff will be crazy. They say, get your ass on. where where Ted at? I don't even know where you at. Ted? Ted? Teddy, come here. Oh, girl, he right here. He was in the cage. I'm in here screaming. Ted, Ted. She said, get your ass on. What you got to say about that? Huh? What is, can I, give me that bear. Let me get the bear. Let me get that. Okay. Let me get the bear. Let me see. We go give me that bear. You gonna give me that bear? Give me that bear. Give me that. You gonna give me that bear? You gonna give me that bear? You gonna give me that bear? Give it. He won't give me the bear. Get. he won't give me. He won't give me. Bring me that bear. Bring me the bear. Where's the bear? Come here. Come out the car. Give me. Go get the bear. Get the bear. Bring it here. Come on. He won't bring me the bear. He's like, he won't bring me the bear. Not at all. Y'all have a good day. Keep supporting, keep supporting, keep supporting. And I'll be out here today watching. Watching. Yeah, watching and learning. I'll talk to y'all soon. You say he ain't even mentioning none of them on no call. He just running off at the mouth to be heard. Well, I agree with you on that too, but can he really break down, those a lot more detailing stuff? Can he? I don't know. I don't know. Are you talking about Tim? Tim said he wanted Kels to take a lie detector test. Well, shit, if he take a lie detector test, he'll blow that goddamn thing up. He mad. Why is he still following? Yeah. You say, hey, Pap, haven't been on. It's okay, Cook. It's okay, girl. Get in when you can. I love your content. I haven't been on in a while, so I have to keep girl my mental health. I know that's right. I just took a 24-hour, honey. I had to shut it down. I had to step away, but I'm back. So I might be staying in the bushes one day. And you said you were in the bushes one day, but you fell out the bushes. But God, this fight. Yeah. And I thank you for that. Tracy, thank you. My mom lives with my sister, and it makes life easier for the rest of us. Yeah, I wish I had it like that, lady. Nope, it's not like that. Yep. So I got to hit the road, baby, until I can get her to decide, what it is that she wants to do. And no rush, no hurry. I'm good. I'm good. You at work, so you only been listening. But Tim is so full of it. He can lay requesting that. So for some apparent reason, they really do believe that, he does not have a shot. They really do believe that all of these charges that, they did on Mr. Kelly and that was ran inside of a courtroom, knowing that it was entirely too many sidebars. It was a lot of stuff that should have been admissible, was not. It's a lot. They did well ground, the prosecutors and all of the people that was teamed up. They really played, they played their game, and they locked it tight. Now it's up to Jennifer Bongina to unlock it. Unlock it. Unlock it. So yeah. They would fight too, Miss Brown. They would fight too. Every last one. Go get locked up. Go get locked up. Go have somebody tell you 30, 40, 50 years. Go ahead. They will have the same freaking energy. They will find the same energy, honey. So he has a blue by IG gave him a oh shit, he got the blue check. Mm-mm. Yeah, that's crazy. Listen, I know y'all wants to type, but I can't stay right now. So maybe I'll come back tomorrow, open up the thing, and we just talk about what we hear and see again. I gotta go.